Breaking news right now. Major developments surrounding Simon Ekpa that could completely change how this situation unfolds. From reported agreements behind the scenes, to distancing from key movements, and even a possible timeline for release, this story is taking a new direction. Stay with me, because I'm breaking everything down for you, step by step. Let's get straight into it. There are serious developments emerging around Simon Ekpa following his detention in Finland on terrorism-related charges. And these developments suggest that things may not be going the way many people expected. What we're seeing now points to a major shift, not just legally, but personally and strategically. One of the first key developments is that Simon Ekpa has reportedly accepted a divorce from his Finnish wife, Marian Harvey. Now, this is significant, because timing matters. This comes after his arrest in November 2024, and it raises important questions about what is happening behind the scenes. In situations like this, personal decisions are rarely isolated. They often reflect pressure, adjustment, or preparation for what lies ahead. And that's exactly why this development is getting attention. But that's not all. Another major update is that Simon Ekpa has reportedly agreed to renounce violence. According to information available, this agreement is being communicated through his legal team, and it signals a clear change in direction. He is now said to be encouraging followers to focus on protecting lives rather than engaging in actions that could endanger them. This is a big shift. Because if you've been following this situation, you know that his previous public stance was very different. So naturally, people are asking questions. Is this a change in perspective? Or is this a move influenced by his current legal situation? Either way, it marks a turning point. And when you combine this with everything else happening, it becomes clear that this situation is evolving fast. But the developments don't stop there, because what's happening next could be even more significant. Now let's talk about something that's raising even more questions: distance and control. Another major development is that Simon Ekpa is now distancing himself from the United Social Democratic Party of Biafra, also known as USB. This is important, because affiliations like this are not small. They shape influence, identity, and direction. So when someone begins to step away from that, it tells you something is changing. What's also emerging is that some statements and publications circulating in his name have not been authorized by him. And that's a serious issue, because it means there may be messages out there that do not reflect his actual position. In today's digital space, misinformation spreads quickly, and controlling your narrative becomes critical, especially in a legal situation. So what we are seeing now is a clear effort to regain control. Control over communication, control over representation, and control over how his position is being interpreted. But there's more. Another key development is that Simon Ekpa has restricted visitations. Reports indicate that, based on legal advice, he has cancelled all visits except for family members. Now, this is not just a casual decision. In legal environments, conversations can carry serious consequences. Anything said can potentially be recorded, interpreted, and used in court. So limiting interactions is a way to reduce risk. It's about being careful. It's about being strategic. And when you look at all these developments together, distancing from groups, controlling communication, limiting access, you begin to see a pattern forming. This is not random. This is structured. And it suggests that there is a clear awareness of what is at stake. But the biggest question now is this: where is all of this leading? Let's get into that. Now let's focus on the timeline, because this is where things become even more interesting. Based on available information, Simon Ekpa could be eligible for parole by December 2026. This is under Finnish law, assuming he serves half of a reported 6-year sentence and maintains good conduct. Now, let's be clear, eligibility does not guarantee release. But it creates a possibility. And when that possibility exists, everything leading up to it becomes important. Every decision, every statement, every move. So when you look back at the developments we've discussed, the reported agreement to renounce violence, the distancing from political affiliations, the control over communication, the restriction of visitors, even the personal decisions, All of these could play a role in shaping what happens next. Because in situations like this, outcomes are not just based on one factor, they are based on a combination of behavior, perception, and legal positioning. And that's why this moment is so critical. What we are seeing is not just a series of isolated events. We are seeing a shift in direction. A shift that could influence how this case unfolds moving forward. Now, whether this leads to a different outcome or not, that remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. This situation is far from over. And as more updates come in, the full picture will become clearer. That's the latest update on Simon Ekpa. Let me know what you think about these developments in the comments. And if you want clear, direct breakdowns like this, make sure you subscribe and stay connected. Because I'll keep bringing you the updates as they happen.